According to the Gregorian calendar, June 24th is the 176th day of any year, and if it is a leap year, then the day is 177th. June 24th has its own special significance in Indian and world history because many important events happened on this day which have been recorded forever in the pages of history. Let us know some such important events of June 24th, knowing which will increase your general knowledge. The facts collected will be such as famous people born on this day, death of famous people, war treaty, independence of a country, invention of new technology, change of power, important national and international days, etc. Important events of June 24th in the world, 1314. In the decisive battle in the First War of Scottish Independence, the Scottish army defeated the English troops led by Robert Bruce under Edward II near Bannockburn, Scotland. 1340. 100 Years' War. The English fleet commanded by Edward III almost completely destroyed the French fleet at the Battle of Sluys. 1374. An outbreak of dancing mania, where crowds of people danced to exhaustion, occurred in Aachen, present-day Germany, before spreading to other cities and countries. 1509. Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon were crowned King and Queen of England. Catherine of Aragon was Queen of England from 1509 to 1533 as the first wife of King Henry VIII. She had previously been Princess of Wales as the wife of Prince Arthur. 1531, the city of San Juan del Rio, Mexico, is founded. The city was founded on the feast day of St. John the Baptist by Fernando de Tapia, an Otomi chief who converted to Catholicism and changed his original name to Conan. San Juan was one of the first Spanish settlements outside the Valley of Mexico and thus marked the beginning of the colonization of northern and western Mexico. 1564. India's brave Queen Maharani Durgavati was martyred during the war with the mules. 1571. Miguel Lopez de Legazpi founded Manila, the capital of the Republic of the Philippines. Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, also known as El Adelantado and El Viejo, was a Basque Spanish sailor and governor who established the first Spanish settlement in the East Indies. When his expedition crossed the Pacific Ocean from the Viceroyalty of New Spain in modern-day Mexico and founded Cebu on the Philippine Islands in 1565. 1571. The Spanish conquistador, Miguel Lopez de Legazpi, established a single island to control the city of Manila, now the capital of the Philippines. 1622. Dutch-Portuguese War. An outnumbered Portuguese force repulsed a Dutch attack at the Battle of Macau, the only major military engagement fought between two European powers on the Chinese mainland. 1717. The premier Grand Lodge of England, the modern and first Freemason Grand Lodge, which merged with the ancient Grand Lodge of England to form the Grand Lodge of England in 1813, is founded in London. 1717. The first Masonic Grand Lodge, the premier Grand Lodge of Auckland, is founded in London. 1725. The Grand Lodge of Ireland meets for the first time in Dublin, making it the second most senior Grand Lodge in Freemasonry worldwide. 1731. William Allen, Freemason and Mayor of Philadelphia, is appointed Provincial Grand Master of Pennsylvania. 1735. Effective date of Great Britain's Witchcraft Act 1735, which criminalized claimants who practiced witchcraft or accused persons of having magical powers. 1748. Kingswood School opened in Bristol by John Wesley and his brother Charles Wesley. 1778. David Rittenhouse observed a total solar eclipse in Philadelphia. 1779. American Revolutionary War. The Great Siege of Gibraltar began. The Great Siege of Gibraltar was a failed attempt by Spain and France to capture Gibraltar from the British during the American War of Independence. It was the largest action fought during the war in terms of numbers, especially the Grand Assault. 1793. France adopts the first Republican Constitution. 1793. The first Republican Constitution was adopted in France. The Constitution of the 24th of June, 1793, also known as the Constitution of the Year I, or the Montagnard Constitution, was a constitution promulgated by the Montagnards and by popular referendum under the First Republic during the French Revolution. 1794 Bowdoin College is founded in Brunswick, Maine. 1812 Napoleonic Wars. Napoleon's Grande Army crosses the Niemen River, beginning his invasion of Russia. Napoleon hoped to force Tsar Alexander I of Russia to stop trading with British merchants. The official political objective of the campaign was to liberate Poland from the Russian threat. Napoleon named the campaign the Second Polish War to gain favor with the Poles and provide a political cover for his actions. 1812 Napoleonic Wars. The French Grande Army under Napoleon crosses the Niemen River, marking the beginning of their invasion of Russia. 1812 Napoleonic Wars. The French Grande Army under Napoleon crosses the Niemen River, marking the beginning of their invasion of Russia. 1843 Vincenzo Saliva declares that no Jews may live in Italy outside of the ghetto. 1859 Austria's Solferino War with France and Sardinia took place. 1869 Harry Chapekar was born. He was the eldest of the revolutionary Chapekar brothers who assassinated British Commissioner W.C. Rand. His grandfather's name was Vinayak and his mother and father were Dwaraka and Hari respectively. 1880 Canada featured in audio. Today the national anthem of Canada was first performed in Quebec City, Quebec during the Saint Jean-Baptiste Day feast. 1885 freedom fighter and leader of Akali Dal Master Tara Singh was born in Harial village of district Rawalpindi. Master Tara Singh was a prominent Sikh political and religious leader in the first half of the 20th century. He played an important role in organizing the Shiromani Gurdwara Parbandak Committee, in organizing Sikhs politically, and guided the Sikhs during the partition of India. 1918. First airmail service in Canada begins from Montreal to Toronto. 1918. First airmail service in Canada from Montreal to Toronto. Airmail or airmail is a mail transport service branded and sold based on being airborne. Airmail items generally arrive more quickly than surface mail and usually cost more to send. 1922 American Professional Football Association renamed the National Football League. 1932 a group of military and civilians staged a bloodless coup in Siam, ending the absolute rule of the Chakri dynasty. 1937 the United States' first two fast battleships, the North Carolina class, were ordered from the New York and Philadelphia naval shipyards. 1947 Kenneth Arnold made the first widely reported sighting of a UFO near Mount Rainier, Washington. Kenneth A. Arnold was an American aviator and businessman. He is commonly known for making the first widely reported and identified flying object sighting in the United States, after claiming to see 9 unusual objects flying in a series near Mount Rainier, Washington. 1948. The first World Health Council of the World Health Organization was held in Geneva. 1961 India's first indigenous HF-24 supersonic fighter aircraft flew. 1963 the Department of Posts and Telegraphs introduced a national telex service. 1981 the Hamburger Bridge opened, linking the East Riding of Yorkshire and North Lincolnshire in England, the longest span suspension bridge at the time. 1980 to British Airways Flight 9 flew into a cloud of volcanic ash from the eruption of Mount Galunggung in Indonesia, causing all 4 of its engines to fail. 1986 the government of India approved maternity benefits for unmarried women as well. 1994 a United States Air Force B-50 Stratofortress crashed into an Air Force base in Spokane County, Washington, killing 4 crew members and later providing a case study on the issue of non-compliance with safety regulations. 1995 South Africa won the Rugby World Cup to 0-2. A train accident in the African country of Tanzania killed 281 people. 2000 for capital punishment was declared unconstitutional in New York. 2006 the death penalty was abolished in the Philippines. 2010 the longest match in tennis history lasted 11 hours and 5 minutes at Wimbledon. This historic match was played between John Isner of America and Nicolas Mahut of France. 2010, after 11 hours, 5 minutes of play over 3 days, John Isner defeated Nicolas Mahut in the longs.